I'm so excited to be in Warren. Today we're going to visit with the 2020 Food Network Chopped Champion, Chef Joseph Gramaglia. Chef Joe, thanks for having us at your restaurant, Saly G's Restaurant and Tavern. This is named after your dad.
After my father, Salvatore, yeah, Salvatore Gramaglia.
And your family, you're from here.
Born and raised. I mean, I was born in Brooklyn, New York, but my father was building our house in Warren in 1990, and I literally moved into Warren when I was about 6 weeks old.
And you and your family, deep roots, not only in the community, but in food business in the community.
Yeah, I mean, it's all we know, pretty much. My dad started, when he moved into town here, he opened up the restaurant across the street where TD Bank is now located. It was called Verdi's in 1990, which then transformed into Zio's in 2004. And then we also opened up A&G Italian Deli, which my Uncle Joe now runs. So we've been in town operating food businesses since 1990.
Did you know your whole life that you were going to open up a restaurant?
No, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that you're born into something, and me and my brothers, we grew to love the businesses that we were raised into, and it kind of just came naturally to us. There wasn't much more that we ever knew other than the food industry. But growing up as kids, I mean, we had normal lives. We got to play sports and do all those kinds of things. We went to school, but I think in the back of our minds, we all knew that we were going to come into the family business.
You guys have weekly specials, a diverse menu, an excellent wine list.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the highlights on food.
I mean, we like a big variety here. So we're traditionally Italian American, but I always like to play around with different kinds of specials. I like to bring, all different kinds of fusions, different genres of food into the restaurant, not just Italian or American. I like to play with different, traditions and bring our traditions and combine them and fusion it a little bit. Like you said, weekly specials. Every week we change our specials. We do a daily special of the week. That is a consistent on our menu. Every Monday is a certain item, Tuesday is a certain item. That'll stay consistently. But as far as our specials, we change every Thursday. Through the weekend, we will change our specials. If they're a success, we'll continue to run to the following Thursday, and then we'll change again. People that come here know that we're not a steakhouse, but our steaks are steakhouse quality. So we're not known to be a steakhouse, but most of our clientele knows that they don't have to go to, a Wolfgang or a Char or go into the city to STK, or they can get that quality steak here. That's something we take pride in. We butcher all our meats in-house. Veal chops, pork chops, all our steaks are cut in-house. Seafood, everything is filleted in-house. We don't buy anything pre-done. We like to do everything ourselves. Pastas, house-made pasta. The only thing that's not house-made as far as pasta is going to be like your typical cuts of penne, linguine, spaghetti, stuff that traditionally for the kids that come here. But everything that is literally on our actual menu, not an off-menu item, is made in-house. Sauces, everything. I mean, everything's made by hand. Our sauces go back generations. Those are our recipes from my grandparents and probably my father's grandparents.
It's cool to have a local place that can have, top quality, homemade food.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we believe in. We don't believe in buying anything pre-done. It's just, I'd rather the food take a little bit longer to come out of the kitchen, but there's a difference between something that's pre-done and something that's being made to order. We believe in making food to order. So, there's little things like that make a difference.
Is there a signature dish here at Saly G's?
We have a lot. I mean, our Saly G shrimp is probably like our most popular appetizer. It's like a Hatsi shrimp kind. It's a San Marzano tomato basil sauce with Calabrian chili pepper, fresh Parmigiano Reggiano, and just a little bit of parsley. That's probably our most popular appetizer. But, like we spoke before, we do a lot of specials here. So people love our zucchini flowers. We do a lot of zucchini flowers, tempura batters, stuff with fresh ricotta, fresh mozzarella. And we like to play with the sauces when we do those. So we typically run them on a weekly basis, but we change the preparation a lot. As far as like pastas and stuff like that, we have multiple pastas that are very popular. Our spaghetti carbonara is very popular. and our truffle and gnocchi is probably our #1 seller. People like to call them like little pillows of heaven. They're very light, not like a traditional gnocchi that's a little more heavier. These are very light and dense, and they're just really full of flavor and umami. Like they explode right in your mouth when you eat them. They're really, really good.
I'm gonna come just to try the zucchini flowers.
Yeah, zucchini flowers
zucchini
are delicious, yeah.
So tell us how appearing and winning on Chopped has changed your business.
I mean, I have to say that prior to that, we were already a pretty busy restaurant. Being on the Food Network and getting that exposure definitely helped tremendously. I believe in the beginning it was a really big, you felt it immediately. We had a lot of people coming from all over the place to come have dinner here, and that's also a good feeling too, you know. But it's all, you know, that's eventually it's gonna die off a little bit. But the good thing about that was that all those customers that started to come that never been here before are continuously coming back. And I've noticed that in the last probably 2 years, you know, since the pandemic was slightly lifted, that we're seeing a lot of faces in the restaurant that we don't recognize, which is a good sign. Prior to COVID and prior to the Food Network, it was we lived off of our locals. You know, our local clientele was what kept us alive. And now I walk through the dining room on a weekend and maybe I know 25% of the people that are here, which to me is a great thing. You know, it just shows that people are traveling to come see us. And you know, when people call me over to say hello, or I go to the tables to check on tables, a lot of people are traveling from pretty far distances, you know, which places that I probably, you know, 45 minutes to go out to dinner on a Saturday night, you know, you have a couple of drinks, it's a far ride. So for them to make that commitment is pretty good, and it's a good feeling.
What we like about Buy Local NJ is that local business owners give back to their communities. How do you give back to the community?
We donate constantly. We're always donating to all the schools. You know, when they do a lot of these schools and different organizations sometimes do like a lot of food-driven, you know, events where they'll ask local businesses to, hey, we want to have your food there, you know, but of course it's a donation, and for me it's never a problem. We always give back in all of our locations, not just here. We believe in that, especially being an uncle of 8, where all my nieces and nephews go to school in this town, where most of them go to school in this town. You know, they always know to come here for donations because they know the family. So, but you know, it's something we never say no to. You know, we always want to be a part of the community. I always like to give back, and you know, it's just what it is. You know, when we were in the middle of COVID, there was a very good customer of ours. He passed away, unfortunately, but he and I got together and donated a very large amount of gift certificates to the rescue squad and the police department of Warren. And it was a massive donation. And, you know, things like that will just, you know, it's not about being like proud, it just makes you feel good, you know?
Yeah, and I think it comes back to you
it'll
in many
come
ways
back,
too.
absolutely.
Well, thank you for supporting local business. Come down to Saly G's for delicious Italian food. And you've got 2 great dining rooms here, a bar that can seat 50. So thank you, Chef Joe.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
If you like this video, please like it, share it, and visit us at buylocalnj.com.